Welcome to practice. My name is Selena Garofino. If you're enjoying these practices, I invite you to join my YouTube membership. For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help support me to stay in the studio to bring this content to you. At the higher levels, you get access to an exclusive postural studies library, philosophy and personal development videos, live monthly events with me, and so much more. If you're interested in deepening your practice or bringing your passion for yoga out into the world, my 200-hour virtual teacher training is only $4.99. There are also payment plans available, and you get bi-weekly calls with me, monthly events, a private community forum, and so much more. I also host in-person retreats and teacher trainings all around the world and live streaming, and I would love to welcome you. You can use the discount code YouTube to get a special discount on any of my retreats and upcoming teacher trainings. All right, let's dive in. Today, we are just playing with opening up the lungs, opening up the whole of our front body, opening ourselves up to potential, and really just finding a nice soulful breath. So bring your hands onto your heels for just a moment and shift yourself forward right on top of your perineum, sitting on a block the wide way between your heels, so that there's a real sense of lift and rise all the way through the crown of your head. And before we start to move, I want you to just imagine a golden thread descending from the universal above you, right down through the center of yourself, anchoring you into the core of the planet. So there is a piece of you that is connected to what is imaginative, to the heavens above, and a piece of you that is connected to what is grounded and stable, so that you are stable, able, and imaginative. And really take up your measure here. And we're going to start with a nice little cat-cow. So round your spine as you breathe in, little backwards reverse breath practice, and then open yourselves up and exhale. Really big movement from the spine. Inhale, tuck in. I'm even bringing my elbows forward, and exhale. Take up a lot of space here, tucking your tailbone underneath of you, pulling the belly back, and then really popping the chest and opening everything up. A couple more. A real sense of radiating and concentrating. So as you breathe in, you're pulling into yourself, concentrating, and then exhaling and radiating out. One more time like that. Big breath in and out. Good. Now from here, take your arms up, and we're going to interlace them for a moment. Push your palms of your hands up towards the sky, and you can shift around a little bit. See if you can even think that the index fingers are moving towards the sky, like you were really making a shelf up there. Good. Inhale here, arch the back a little bit, and then exhale and push the palms away from you, round your back. Good. Inhale, stretch forward and up, big lift. And then exhale, round forward, push the palms away from you, tuck the tail, round the spine. Good. Inhale and lift up. A little quicker. Exhale. Like a little pump. Now in, X. In, X. In, X. 3 more. In, out. In, out. Last time. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Good. Slow breath. Push it back up to the sky. And now hold your hands behind your head and really support your head. Elbows nice and wide. Let your head fall back into your hands so that your ability is upholding your vision. Good. Feel that for a moment. Nice. And then reorganize yourself on a spin again from the bottom to the top. And now inhale and spin to the left, and exhale, go to the right. In, out, out. So the breath here is a Bastrika's breath or a bellows breath. So it's a forceful inhale and a forceful exhale. So spin around yourself and pump your breath. And the dialogue you can play with here is that you are seizing the day and owning the night. So I want you to imagine at your left shoulder that the sun is rising. And at your right shoulder, when you spin to the right, the sun is setting. This is the arc of your potential. And then behind you, the moon rises behind your right shoulder and it sets behind your left shoulder. This is the arc of reflection. So even though you're not really spinning all the way around yourself, I want you to envision that you are, that there's a 360-degree spin, that you are the one that owns your day and owns your night, and you get to mediate how you spend your time and how you show up in the world. Keep pumping the breath for about 10 more. Good. Come back to the center. Take a deep breath in. 3 more little sips through your mouth. 1 more little sniff through your nose. And then exhale and let it go. Super nice. Lower your hands back down. And then we're going to shift ourselves forward to a child's pose. So set the block aside and stretch your arms forward now out in front of you. And we're going to scoop ourselves all the way forward into an up dog. So I want you to drop your elbows to the floor as your chest starts to come forward. Come up onto the palms of your hands. Curl your toes under and go all the way up into an upward facing dog. And then take your buttock bones up and back to downward facing dog. Super nice. Really beautiful job. Take a moment here and find your breath, and then bend your knees and lift your buttock bones up and back so there's a real wave through the spine. Take the gaze ever so slightly forward. We're going to pump the breath again. Shoot forward to a plank pose as you breathe in. Fold at the hip, bend the knees, and exhale. In, out, about 10 times. Really cultivating some heat in the body, folding and unfolding from your hip crease. Good, just clearing out, making space for something new. Good, hold the downward facing dog. Nice, come back forward now and drop your pubic bone towards the mat. Broaden the collarbones, floating up dog. And then take your buttock bones up and back, downward facing dog. Get on the balls of the feet so that there's a real sense of buoyancy in your lungs. And then lunge your right foot forward. Get your right knee right in your right armpit. Bring your hands out towards 10 and 2 o'clock, and then lower to your back knee. So here, there's full contact between the torso and the thigh. Get nice and light on your fingertips, and then uncurl your back toes and push into the baby toe side of your back foot. And now lift and lower the leg a few times. Really finding that sense of buoyancy in the ball of the front foot by pushing into the ball of that front foot nice and light, and then finding the spread of the back foot. Good, one more time. Nice, hold it here. And then from here, I want you to keep your fingertips towards the floor and just slowly unfurl from the hip crease. Make fists in your hands and push the fists down. So now there's all this energy traveling down, and out of that energy traveling down, you're able to rise. So you're pushing into the back foot, pushing into the ball of the front foot, pushing down through your fists and lifting your chest. Now open your palms away from you, and with lots of strength, circle those fists right up to the sky, finding even more sense of lift, like you were punching up through the heavens. Now interlace your hands behind your head, hug your elbow points forward, throw your head back into your hands, squeeze the elbows in, and find the back bend. Good, unfurl just the upper body. We're going to turn this into a closed circuit. So first, take your fingertips down to the floor, and we're just going to open up the hips. So pivot on your right foot to a ballet first position, and you can stay right here, sending your heart forward, or if you wish, come down onto your forearms and open up your hips by sending your sternum forward. Pubic bone to sternum is lengthening. So we're not just collapsing and rounding, but instead we're continuing to find anchor points, because the more that we create a good form, the breath can be more soulful, more spacious and more full. When we're totally collapsed, our breath collapses too. So keep finding the pressure in the front foot, the pressure in the back foot, and the sense of lengthening in every direction. Very good. So from here, walk your fingertips back up, pivot that right toe, right foot back forward. Now you can stay right here. I'm going to give you a couple options. Option one is going to be to reach back with your right hand, grabbing the pinky edge of your left foot, but we're not going to let this knee flare open. It's going to hug towards the midline. Option two, you're going to bring your hands back and catch a hold of your foot with both hands. Interlace your fingers around that back ankle and kick your foot into both hands. Chest is coming forward. Push into the ball of the front foot. A nice closed circuit where you can really sense the energy moving throughout the whole of the body here. Envision your belly button moving up and back. So nice. Gently unravel that, uncurl your back toes, and then step back downward facing dog. And just feel whatever is present in the realm of the body now. And once again, bend the knees, buttock bones up nice and high. Shoot forward to floating up dog and back to down dog. Do that 3 more times. Forward and back. Pump the breath. Good. Pause, hold down dog, and then take your left foot forward. Again, drop to your back knee, uncurl the back toes, and take your fingertips out towards 10 and 2 o'clock. Find the spread of the back foot, find your knee in your armpit, and then lift and lower that back leg a few times. Lift and lower. Finding, again, that sense of buoyancy and the stability. So what do you need to do? The front knee has to keep traveling forward. The ball of the front foot has to anchor down. Spread of the back foot. Nice, you guys. Lower that back knee down. And then again, unfurl, make fists in your hands, and punch your fists down. So there's this real sense that a piece of you is traveling, shooting energy down into the earth, and then out of that, you're able to find buoyancy to lift and rise. So you're playing the polarity and holding the middle of the up and the down. Spin your fists away from you, take them powerfully up to the sky. Again, punch up like you are punching through the heavens, and then interlace your hands behind your head, hug your elbow points in, and fold it up and back. Belly button moving up and back. So nice. Unfold that. Turn your left toes open once again. And again, option 1 is just to stay here. Option 2, come down onto your elbows, but send your heart forward. Nice big breath. Again, mediating the up and the down, the forward and the back. So everything is soulful and spherical, contained, but buoyant. Walk your hands back up. Turn that left foot back to the midline. Again, option 1 is going to be to grab the right foot with your left hand reaching back behind you. Option 2 is to come up and grab a hold of your ankle and then kick your ankle into your hands. Pubic bone, chest lifts, knee is throwing forward. Voluminous, full, big, spacious breath. Nice. Soft smile. Gently release the back foot and step up and back, downward facing dog. Once again, forward to the up dog. Big full breath and take it back. Lower down to your knees, please. Bring your left knee to the center of your mat and then cross your right knee around and in front of the left. And if that's impossible for you, get there another way. But if you can, bring it forward and around. Very good. Flip your right wrist all the way around. So the fingertips are pointing back and then circle around that right wrist. Lift off of the center of the palm. Broaden your right collarbone out to its own side so that there is a real sense of opening up the windows. Supporting the breath. Super nice. Change directions. Good. Pause here, and now we're going to come up to stand on our knees. If you need to, you can stack a block in front of you. Otherwise, just come on up. And this feels really challenging. I know for me, I have to bring my shins closer together, and then take your right arm under your left, make a fist in your left hand, and then imagine you are punching the wall behind you. Squeeze everything to the midline. So nice. Gently lower the hands back onto the floor. Set the block aside if you were using it. And now rock in and out. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you travel back. In and out. Good. Couple more breaths. Really nice, you guys. Come back forward. Plant your hands on the floor. Curl your toes under. Walk your right foot back a little bit so you are in a cross-kneed downward facing dog. Nice big breath. We're going to pivot on our feet. So plant your right palm right in the center of your mat. Pivot your heels to the mat as you drag your left arm up and over. Find a little back bend. Good. Let's pivot right back to where we were. Take your hands back shoulder distance apart, and now just switch the cross of your legs so your left foot is in front of your right, and lower back down to the mat. Very good. So guess what? We're on the other side. Flip your left wrist all the way around yourself. Open up your left collarbone out to the side, and then lift off the center of that palm and spin around yourself. Lines always reference spheres. And so we're practicing getting really formal in the body, creating lines, but ultimately it's to give us volume. It's to give us more options, to make us bouncy, so we can bounce out of sticky situations, and sticky situations can bounce off of us. You know, often you hear teachers talking about breathing better to improve poses, but in the old mind's knowing of yoga, the poses were to make the breath better, because the whole point of the asana practice is to build your energetic center, your pranic center, and one of the quickest ways to do that is via the breath. So switch your thinking from my breathing's gonna make my poses awesome to how can I do my poses to make my breathing awesome. Good, flip that left wrist all the way back forward. Really nice. We're gonna come back and forth for just a moment, just to start to open up those hips. Good, and then let's come to stand on the knees, not all the way up to stand. If you wish, bring your shins a little closer to each other, and then take your left elbow under your right, make a fist in your right hand, and then imagine you are trying to punch the wall behind you. Best you can, sending the hips forward, squeezing the inner thighs. So nice. Gently unfurl that, bring it back, and then shift back and forth just a couple more times. Opening up, creating joint space. Joint space creates space for currency to flow. Nice. Curl the toes under, cross leg down dog, walk the left foot back a little bit so your baby toes are in one line. Bring your left hand to the center of your mat, pivot on your heels, and take your right arm up and over. Good. Big volume breath. Pivot back to the center. Nice. And then uncross your feet and get a little bouncy for a moment. Shake your bum. Good. Bend your knees super deep, and then you're going to shoot yourself forward. Now, as we come back, I want you to bend your knees and drop to your elbows, buttock bones high. And now we're going to shoot forward to a plank. Plank, bent knee, down dog with elbows to the floor. Plank, and back. If this is really difficult, you can always put a strap around your elbows. 2 more. Up and back. Up to plank and back to normal downward facing dog. Whatever happened there, smile at yourself. I believe that you did a wonderful job. Nice. Step your right foot behind between your hands. Last couple standing poses. Very good. From here, pin your back heel down and walk that left foot out towards the edge of the mat. Get your right knee all the way into your armpit, and then flip your right wrist. So my right knee is making contact with the back of my right armpit. It's actually almost inside, and it's shooting forward to stabilize me. Pivot that left hip forward and around, and look out and forward. And then start to turn your chest to the left. Flip your palm towards the crown of your head. Big, expansive breath. Both collarbones wide. You might even look out and back bend more towards the top of the mat. Leaning into your confidence, leaning into the support of the earth. Good. Take your left fingertips down. Frame the front foot. Bring your left foot in a little bit, and then straighten your front leg into a Parsvottanasana, or a pyramid pose as it is known. Might play with lifting and lowering the back heel here. That often feels really good to me. Using your breath. So nice. Down dog. Get stable and able and imaginative once again, and then lunge your left foot forward. Good. Pin your back heel down. Take it slightly out to the side of your mat. Flip your left wrist. Send your left hip, I'm going to move my mic pack. Send your left hip out and around. Good. Send your left knee into the back of your left armpit. Take your right hand to your sacrum. Square off your hips best you can. And then use a sense of a back bend to start to open up your chest to the right. Flip your right palm. Look out and forward. Nice big breath. Broaden your collarbones. Keep reforming the shape. Forms are subject to deforming, so travel your personal terrain and keep organizing the pose. Knee forward, back hip around, turning the chest, opening the collarbones. Good. Swim your right hand forward to the earth. Come up onto the ball of the back foot, square off over that front leg, and then again start to straighten the front leg. You can keep this back heel down if you like. I'm enjoying lifting and lowering my back heel. And my front knee isn't locked out. I'm really straightening it from the ball of the foot to the buttock bone. Nice. Last breath. And then plant the hands and back to downward facing dog. One more time, forward, floating up dog. Good. Drop to your knees and press back to a child's pose. Take your hands back by your heels and just drop into yourself for a moment after all of that activity. Good. Come to rise. Take a block and pop it right between your ankles on its long side, back where we started in the Virasana. Inhale and take your arms up. And then exhale, flip your palms away from you. Reach back for the floor behind you and lift open your chest. Good. And now bend your elbows, lift your knees. Straighten the arms, knees back down. Bend the elbows, lift the knees. Do that just a couple times with your breath. Good. Come back up. Flip the palms away from you. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Good. Exhale, shift forward to all fours, leaving the block where it is. Step your right foot back, so you're pinning the foot to the floor. Pivot on your left shin so that your foot is pointing more back behind you, and then back bend towards the top of the mat. So it's not quite a Vashisthasana. Flip your palm towards the crown of your head. Take your right arm alongside of your ear. Open up the side body even more. Right hand back to the mat. Pivot on your shins again. Sit back on the block, and then inhale and rise, sit up. Spin the palms away from you, touch the floor behind you, back bend, lift your chest. Good, lift the shins. Tap the knees, just like before. Bend the elbows, lift the knees, lower the shins, back bend. One more time. Good. Big breath in, circle your arms up. Shift forward, plant your right hand, step the left foot towards the back of the mat, pivot on your right knee, take your left arm up, and then back bend towards the top of the mat. So it's not a side plank, it's more of a back bend. Good, left arm alongside of your ear, big reach. Left hand back to the floor, sit back on the block once again. I'm gonna turn to face you. Good, let's finish by flushing out the breath. Take your arms up, nice big breath for Kapalabhati. We're gonna snap the abdomen back, forcefully exhale out the nose and clear everything out. Make cups in your palms, so when the gift, the grace is falling, you are ready and available to receive. Take a nice breath in and pump it out. Now don't worry about how fast I'm breathing. Do it at a pace that's appropriate and comfortable for you. Good. Exhale completely. Hook your thumbs. Take a deep breath in. Take 3 more little sips. Take 1 more little sniff. Hold your breath nice and full. Good. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your head. Hold your head nice and supportive. Good. Inhale, tuck your elbows in, round your back. Exhale, open it up. Pump the breath. Do about 10. Good. Pause at the top. Hold your breath. Switch which hand is on top, and then do it 1 more time. Good. Pause at the top. Take a deep breath in. 3 more little sips. 1 more little sniff. Hold your breath. Stretch your hands up to the sky, palms up. Exhale, round your back, palms forward. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take your fingertips down to the floor. Reconnect with the earth below. Good. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Rub your palms together. Cup your palms over your eyes, fingertips on your hairline. Open your eyes behind your hands, let in the dark. Release your palms, let in the light, and come back. If you have time, and there's always time for rest, please lay down and take a 5 to 10 minute Shavasana. It will not be wasted time. If you need to go now, thank you so much for practicing with me today.